Hi, and welcome to Bucco Banter on Herald-Standard.com. I'm your host, Rob Burchianti. With me again today, Herald-Standard.com sports writer Jonathan Guth. And in last week, we kind of previewed a 5-game stretch that was upcoming. And Jonathan, we both made a little prediction. He was right, I was wrong. And what happened in those 5 games, Jonathan?
Well, Rob, sometimes you just got to be right. But I said the Pirates would win 3 out of those 5, and they did. They took 2 or 3 from the Brewers in Milwaukee, which, in my opinion, is very impressive. Some great pitching, and actually they put the ball over the fence a few times.
Yeah.
I believe 4 homers in that Sunday victory.
Yeah, I don't see that much from the Pirates.
And also to play that, split the 2 games with Cincy was very impressive, considering that Cincy is the leaders in the division. And that leads the Pirates to... They're right there. Cincy is still in first place, but the Pirates are closing in.
Right there.
And we'll just have to kind of wait and see how it goes, really.
Playing a 3-game series at the Reds this week, and let's go to another thing that happened this week that we got to touch on real quick is the Pirates. The June draft, the baseball draft came up. The Pirates had the 8th overall pick, and someone slipped down to him. And who was that, Jonathan?
He's Stanford right-hand pitcher, and it's Mark. I believe it's pronounced Appel, and I apologize to Mark if I mispronounce his name. But a nice right-hand pick, and pitching is kind of what sets it up, and that's what they need, really. I think it's a good pick. I don't know if you agree, Rob. From what I hear from the experts, it's a steal.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing people were scared about was that his agent is Scott Boras, who we know is going to get every last drop of money out of the Pirates. And he didn't really. It was kind of interesting. He didn't have any live comments about being drafted. He just released a statement saying he's trying to win the national title with Stanford.
I don't know.
So you kind of wonder, but so it'll be interesting. But it's worth the gamble. I mean, to take that, he's supposed to be one of a possible number 1 pick. So. Yes. He's well worth the gamble, I would say. I
would agree. And the Pirates, though, have that tendency to always seem to just, I don't know, get that guy that just doesn't do it, or don't get the guy that does, and he's one pick, like the number 9 guy going to have I don't even know who it was, but going to have a great career. And that just, unfortunately, that seems like that's what it's been for the Buccos. But they have to do it with the draft. I mean, I always point out Tampa Bay, but that's just a team, I think they should kind of strive to.
You love Tampa Bay, don't you?
I'm kind of a Tampa Bay guy past the Buccos, but it's just I just like the way they've done it.
Well, the Pirates did have one. They have stockpile pitching, and even it's interesting to note that their 2010 first-round pick, Jamison Talley, and their 2011 first-round pick, Garrett Cole, both are on the All-Star team at Bradenton at the Class A advanced level, and they're both doing really well. Another guy took in the 2nd round right after Talley was Stetson Alley, and everyone thought, there's a steal. This guy, he's like a first-round pick in the 2nd round and all that. Well, he's not a first-round pitcher, that's for sure, because he's transferred. He just could not. He lost all control. He can't get the ball over to plate, and I guess he wasn't really committed to being a pitcher. He still liked being a position player.
I don't.
So what do you think of all that?
I don't think that's going to work out. You put so much time and effort, and it's just how it goes, I guess, right? I mean, they just gotta cut. Yeah, I don't know if cut ties is the right word. I'm just saying it's like to be a position player after all that, and.
Yeah, the odds are against him, I'd say. But they invested so much money in him, they want to try to give it a go. And he's only 21, so it's a little late to be starting out. Yeah. But he was taken as a high school player, not a college player. So who knows? I mean, the only guy I can think of is Rick Ankiel, who was switched from pitcher to position player and made it. So
I think that's something with the high school kids. Sometimes they come out and they don't, maybe maturity factors, or they're just not ready for it. So maybe I'm not too optimistic about it, but maybe I'm just.
No, me neither. I agree with you there. I don't like this move at all. I mean, I don't know if you have to get into the mind of the kid, and I really don't know what he's thinking. So, but let's talk about the 2nd round pick. The Pirates. Everyone thought they were going to go hitting in the 1st round because obviously they're desperate for hitters right now. Yep. But that pitcher fell to them, so they went with him. The 2nd round they take Barrett Barnes. What do you hear about him? Hitters.
He's quick, he's speedy, obviously, center fielder, but according to what we were looking at, possibly try him in the corners, which is something they need.
Yep.
But the thing is, I say they need that power guy in the corner, and I don't think from what I read, he doesn't really have it. It's more speed. I guess that's still good, and you look at Mr. McCutcheon, who is pretty much all everything.
Yeah.
But he has developed into, I'm not going to say he's a power hitter, but he proves that he can put the ball over the fence.
Right.
9 homers this year, leads the club. And it's just so, ridiculous to me that with all this Pedro stuff,
Pedro Alvarez,
Andrew's still leading the team, and Pedro he has 8 homers, but I just don't know.
Well, let's talk. Getting out of the draft here, might as well talk about that real quick. Pedro Alvarez has been benched by.
Yeah, I guess I had to say about Pedro.
Yeah, for about a 3-game stretch, and I guess they're working on certain pitches that he's been taking for strikes. I think they were saying inside pitches or something that he just keeps taking them, and he can't take them. He's always batting behind an account, and I don't know. They say took him aside. Do you think it's going to hurt his psyche at all, or is this just?
I don't think it'll hurt his psyche. I just don't know if he's ready for it. It's just, I know what is he, 24? But it's still
it's just, we'll see. They'll pull him back and work on him a little bit. I mean, Hertle's taken a couple guys and pulled him back, and he's had success. He did it with Barajas, he did it with Barmas. He's actually had a few nice hits lately, so maybe this will work.
And Hertle is a hitting coach.
He's a hitting guru, so we'll see.
If anybody can do it, it's him.
The other guy we should note is Alex Presley was called up. He was hitting real well at the AAA. Not a great average, but 277. But in 18 games, he had 5 homers, 14 RBIs, 3 triples. So they called him back up. Gorky Hernandez goes down. So what do you think of Presley coming up again?
Got some speed, and that's what they need in the lineup. And he did well last year. He didn't do too much this year, but maybe that call-up he'll get back to it. So we'll just have to see where it goes, Rob, and with the big series with the Reds coming up and with the Royals on the weekend. So
we'll see in a week how Presley's done in his second outing. But for now, we're going to sign off till next week on Bucco Banter.